Hello. Today I am going to share with you about what I do in my one-on-one sessions. It's a little bit difficult to describe because I do something different in each session with each situation, but there are some general things that I do which I can describe. So if you watch my videos, you will have noticed a few themes of what I do. I help people to disbelieve their thoughts. I help people to release buried emotions. And that's kind of two main things that I do. And in my videos, I offer kind of a general approach to certain issues, whereas in one-on-one sessions, I'm responding to what I hear, what I see, and what I feel. So when someone shares with me, when someone comes to a session, usually the first 5 minutes or so, they're explaining their situation, what's going on, with one specific emotion. So I don't ask people about their whole life, about everything going on in their life. The way that I work in one-on-one sessions is I target one very, very specific emotion in a very specific situation. So if you feel unworthiness, I'm not just tackling unworthiness generally. It's more like, where does the unworthiness arise? If it arises in 10 situations, we focus on one situation. So maybe the trigger of feeling unworthy while working, the trigger of feeling unworthy when you're with friends or when you're with a romantic interest or whatever. I target something very, very specific. We'll spend 5 minutes or so, usually I'll hear about what you're going through with your specific emotion in a specific situation. I'll ask questions for a few minutes to uncover so I can really feel like I understand it. I feel really clear about what it needs to heal, to complete, to be let go of. And then the rest of the session, I will be guiding you through different exercises to help you basically lose your unwanted experience, so that unworthiness, that loneliness, that anger, that fear stops arising in the situation that it's bothering you in. So I'm not giving you exercises or practices to do on your own. I'm hopefully, ideally, addressing the root of the emotional issue. So just automatically, the next time you're in that situation, that feeling, that pain, that uncomfortable experience just isn't there anymore. It just doesn't arise. Or that thought that before used to take so much of your attention, it's just not there. And that's a journey. So sometimes it's only one session and sometimes it's a bunch of sessions. But the thing that's really, really important about how I work is that when I guide you through exercises, it's always meant to have an immediate experiential impact. So as I'm guiding you, you will be bringing up different experiences and letting go of them, losing them. So you'll feel lighter immediately. You'll feel relief. You'll feel calm. You'll feel more solid, more strong. You will experience changes to your experience instantly. And moving forward, it's generally a progression. So maybe the next time, so when you leave a session, maybe the next time you're in that triggering situation, maybe 100% of it is gone, or maybe it's 75%, or maybe 50%, or maybe 25% is gone. And so it's all about reducing the power of what's ever buried in your body, whether it's a belief or it's a buried emotion or trauma in your system, so that when you go into the situations that normally trigger or activate your fear, your unworthiness, your pain, there's just less of it there to get activated. Yeah, so each time we work together, each time you do one of these exercises, there will be less and less there. That's kind of how it works in terms of practically. So it either has less power, there's less there, it feels less important, or maybe you just see it more clearly and the next time it arises, you know what to do with it and it takes you over less. Yeah, like that. I can't say how long it will take for any issue. If you ask me, I may be able to tell you like this is something really quick or this is something that will take a long time. But usually I'm able to do a lot of different types of emotional issues within a few sessions, or 5 or 6 sessions. Now, what exactly am I doing with you in these exercises? That is the golden question, I suppose. And it really varies, but when you speak, so I only help people, or the vast majority of issues that I help people with are things that I've gone through myself. These are emotions, triggers, thoughts, beliefs that I've had in my own mind and body and have successfully let go of. Maybe I've let go of 100% of it, or maybe 80%, or whatever the case may be. But I understand it really, really intimately, deeply, and like intricately, like really sharply, because I've had to make my way out of it, out of this pain that you're feeling. And so therefore, when you share with me your belief, your thoughts, your feelings, I can understand it because I understand it so well and what it takes to come out of it. And I also understand the different things that keep you in it because I've had it within myself. So that gives me this really deep sensitivity to sense what's going on with you. Okay, put differently, I've been on a journey for many years to try to be happy, free, joyous, light, open-hearted, things like this. Nice things is my desire. And any time that my experience feels dense, heavy, tense, down, painful, I explore what's going on. I explore the cause, I explore how to let go of it, I explore how to come back to joy, aliveness, freedom, and whatever other nice experience. Yeah, that's natural, that's more native to me. And every time I was able to let go of some buried pain, buried emotion, false belief, painful belief, whatever, every time I was able to let go of one of these types of things, my mind became clearer, my body became more open, I became freer, happier, more intuitive, and in the context of sessions, I became more sharp at sensing what's going on with people. So you might say one thing, that you feel okay, or this is what you're feeling, but I might sense, fear underneath, or insecurity underneath, or you're lying to me, or you're hiding something, right? Or more specifically, I guess you could say, when you're sharing with me your painful emotion and how you want to let go of it, you don't want to have it anymore, I can sense a lot of the time, most of the time, what's blocking it, what's in the way of you letting go of it. So for example, maybe there's an attachment to it. You're afraid of losing it because it's familiar. Maybe you don't want to lose it because you think it motivates you or gives you something good. Maybe you don't want to lose it because, so not an attachment, but maybe you're holding on to it because it reminds you of your mom. It feels like a connection. You're scared to lose it because you lose somebody. Yeah? Maybe you're holding on to it and you can't let go of it because you're afraid to actually deeply acknowledge it. You're afraid to feel it. Maybe you're holding on to it because you don't even know what you're holding on to, right? A lot of the times people are feeling an emotion on this level, but they don't really know what's going on this level, deeper. Yeah, so if you don't know what you're really feeling on the deepest level, there's no way you can let go of it. Yeah, there can be all sorts of different hooks that keep painful emotions inside of us, keep painful beliefs inside of us, even though consciously we want to let go of it. So on one level, you say, I don't want to feel this anymore, I want to be happy. But another part of you, maybe another 10 parts of you are saying, I want to keep it. It serves me. I'm scared to lose it. So it's my job to listen to you speak and to sense what's in the way of your deepest desire to be free and happy. And then to help you unhook them. So in sessions, part of it is me unhooking stuff. So I'll help you disbelieve something, I'll help you let go of something, I'll help you move towards the pain. I'll help you let go of the pain in the easiest way. So it's unhooking, it's letting go of painful, dense, emotional energy. And that might take the form of you needing to release something like cry or shake. It can take the form of an energetic release where you just kind of feel it leaving your body. It can take the form of giving something back to your parents or your ancestors. Right? Because a lot of the times what we're carrying isn't really ours. It didn't come from our life. It was passed down to us. Sometimes it takes the form of giving love, of me supporting you to give and receive love, acceptance, in a way that you maybe never received it, or to give it and receive it to a part of yourself that's never received it and has been longing for that forever. Sometimes that takes the form of exploding. I might support you to come into your strength and into your power, which breaks some of the things in the way. Sometimes I might have to help you uncover where this all started and heal that moment in a variety of different ways, sometimes through disbelieving, through doing some inner child work, through all sorts of different stuff that comes to me. Yeah, I could go on, but that maybe feels like enough. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say. Yeah, so like I said, the first 5 minutes or so is generally the client sharing what's going on. For another few minutes, I'm asking follow-up questions to make sure I really deeply understand it. Then we're going through exercises that are very, very interactive. So I'm constantly asking you, what are you noticing? What's happening? And in videos, I'm just sharing an exercise. And I can't get the feedback. So in a session, it's incredibly different because I'm asking, what resistance do you notice? So if I'm guiding you through an exercise, then something says, but what about this? And what if that? Or it's like a resistance and you can't engage, or there's a block, or you can't access it. So my sensitivity, my sharpness is meant to like help undo the stuff that's in the way. You know, a lot of the time, most of the time, it's not just direct. I guide you through an exercise and then that's it. There's resistance, there's blocks, and I have to shift it this way, and then this way, and then this way, and then this way. It's very rarely just like a straight line here to there, right? So, yeah, and then usually the last few minutes. And so the exercises might be 10 minutes, it might be 30 minutes. So we might do something for 10 minutes, then you open your eyes and we talk, and then see where else to go. Maybe talk a few minutes and then we go into another exercise for 10 minutes or maybe for 30 minutes. Who knows? It's very, when I say I guide you through an exercise, it's not like I have 10 exercises and I'm choosing between the 10. It's like there's infinite possibilities and every session is very, very different. So I'm just intuitively feeling where to take you, where to start it, and then I'm watching where it unfolds based on your responses, based on your resistance, based on what you're feeling. And then we're sort of seeing what happens. And when it feels complete, we open our eyes and we come back and we engage and see what else is needed. Maybe we just talk for the rest of the session and I help disbelieve, help provide some clarity and explanations. So sometimes there can be a few minutes of explanations in a session, and sometimes there might be 20 minutes of explanation that's needed to help clarify and bring understanding and sort of, disbelieving and finding new clarity, more reality of the situation. Yeah, and sometimes there's very little. What else do I want to say about sessions? Yeah, it can be really, really about the exercises that are very gentle and loving. It can be very powerful. It can be very emotional. It can be tearful. You can have all sorts of different emotions. And it can also be very sharp, where there's not much emotion on the physical level. It's just releasing energies and kind of more like surgery, where we take this out and take that out. Yeah, but it's meeting the emotional body and meeting the mental body. So we're working with the beliefs and we're working with the emotional energies. So if that resonates for you, I welcome you to set up some sessions on anything that you haven't been able to do on your own. or with the other things that you've tried. And if you're experiencing something that I don't mention on my sort of list of issues that I help with, you're welcome to just send me an email and ask me if it's, share your story and ask me whether that's something I think I can help with. Because I have no interest in having sessions with someone that's struggling with issues that I haven't been through and don't feel confident, like really confident that I can help with it. Because that's not supportive for either of us. So thank you for listening. I hope that's clear. I know it can still be like mysterious and a little vague, but that's just because what I do in one-on-one sessions is generally incredibly outside of the frame of reference of the people that come to me. At least 9 out of 10 people that come to me, what I'm doing is really, really new and different and like unknown. So maybe a bunch of things I said aren't clear in some way, but they sort of can't be clear until you experience it. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say, and maybe I'll see you soon.